The financial report now, the activity report actually was going from October last year to September this year. The financial report always takes the full year, so from January to December. And we start actually with a financial report by looking at the year 2019. So the start of 2019 until the end of 2019. You see here actually on the left-hand side expenditures, on the right-hand side you see the resources and income. So the right-hand side is very short. These are the full member fees of the 6 full members. And we get a little bit of bank interest, which is these days not much. There are 2 columns. The left column is what we budgeted for. The right column is actually really the result for the full year. In that year, there was some more activities from Michel. He helped to do some interoperability testing and sorting out a couple of things with specific vendors, and that caused actually to increase in his man hours. Michael Holleran was spending less time because there was also less time available, and also some of the activities of the interoperability SIG was moved to this year, which has been done by our new by Marcus, our new contractor. Brian has been stably, we're very happy for that, working with CO-LaN. For the certification, we had less expenditures because also these activities actually moved more into this and next year than was actually in 2019. So that was in principle quite good because we had a higher activity from Michel. Similarly, there was no test suite developed at that point. We didn't have good resources for that one. So also here actually the budget of 10,000 didn't materialize or wasn't spent. Consultancy service schemes, I think that was AspenTech and OGT. So that was also more than expected. But on the other hand, we didn't have got any expenditures with Cobia. That was again less than expected for that year. I think the 300 euros refer to the training which Jasper gave at the AGM. We had regular expenditures for all the other items, for the AGM, for traveling costs from the contractors. We had some legal questions around also licensing, where we contacted Lamy for, which we didn't budget it for, and some bank fees. So in total, the expenditure was around 87,677, and that was only slightly less than we budgeted for. So for CO-LaN, that means we had actually a significant loss in that year, in 2019, financial loss, and our reserves. You see that button left went down from 87,000 to around 60,000 or 59,548. No, that's the budget here to the right, 45. So that's the result at the end. Here the summary once more, what I already mentioned, consultancy service for OGT and AspenTech resulted in some higher costs, additional work for Michel, and also we had another post that was, we were not able to buy actually a computer for Michel because we had some implications with the credit card. And with the French bank there, so we leased actually the hardware from Michel, and that's actually the model which we will have got for the next. Looking at the balance, The assets and the liabilities need to be always the same in total on the left and on the right. So this is what we received from the accountants. On the cash side for that year, or at the 31st of December 2019, we had 17,000 on the bank, and in the saving 57. If we balance that with the accumulated funds and with the results and the liabilities which will be paid in or were paid in the next year, then we see that these balances are summing up on the left and on the right. Now we come to the last part, and that's actually the budget proposal for 2021. Again, we have got the same Excel sheet, where on the left are the expenditures, on the right are the resources. We have got now two columns. The first column actually gives not the budget for 2020. That would have a much higher loss, but is the estimate what we expect actually will be the spendings by year end for 2020. And to the right we have got actually the budget for 2021. Little things changed on the right. We have got now for the incomes, we also have got the associated membership fees. It's difficult to really put a number on it, but we believe that 20,000 is realistic, and that the associated member will contribute like 2 full memberships. So in total, we expect that we have got an income of around 80,000 euros. The spendings for Michelle, Michael, Brian, we assume to be the same like the year before. We do not expect any substantial bigger work there. However, we budgeted more for the certification, more for the test suite. As mentioned already in the activity report, we do not believe, or we do not have got at the moment, there is a case for a consultancy service scheme. So at this point, we have not budgeted one. We want to start with COBIA phase 3. So we took actually the money which we spent in the years before and budgeted that one. There will be some minor costs for software maintenance and also for the software services, maintaining cold and type libraries and other kind of things. The good thing this year about COVID was that we didn't have good spendings for AGM and travel expenditures, even so I would have liked to spend this money. It's always nice to see everybody face to face. But we are positive, and we believe that hopefully we can have got a face-to-face meeting next year. So we put that in our budget. For the rest, the other posts remain more or less the same. If we sum that up and compare that to the spendings, the expected spendings, then we see that we really expect an increase of the spending, a significant increase of the spendings from around 25,000 euros. So at the end we will have got around spendings of 90,000. If we balance that one with the 80,000 which we expect to get from full members and also associated members, then there would be still a loss of around 10,000 for 2021. And from 2022 onwards, we are really aiming to operate without loss. The result from 2020, which we expect, is a loss of 13,000, significantly lower than what we saw for 2019. So that also reflects in our reserves. So we go from around 59,000 to now we expect that at the end of the year we have got still reserves of 46,000, and that will further decline to 36,000, where we want to stabilize our reserves in the coming years. That's our aim. Here you see once more the summary. Start of COBIA and test suite. Consultancy service we do not expect for 2021. These are the main 3 points